So the retail apocalypse continues, deepens, and worsens. We got news last week of K Jewelers. Actually, it's Signet Stores or Signet Jewelers, who owns Kay, Zales, and Jared, are going to close 150 more stores, right? It's getting to the point where it is undeniable that we're having a major slowdown. And it's not just pegged to, retail sectors with malls and brick and mortar places. It's really not. There's so much more to it, and we're going to break into it as we go through all this, right? But I wanted to start with this right here. The jewelry giant is the world's largest retailers of diamond jewelry and has more than 3,500 stores. It has already closed 262 locations, part of a 3-year plan to reduce its store base by 13%. Signet Jewelers and the parent company of K Jewelers, Zales, and Jared's retail brands announced Wednesdays it's shuttering 154 more stores. Right? I'm legitimately, keep having these pop-ups. I hate pop-ups. They're the most annoying stuff ever. The jewelry giant, which operates more than 3,500 locations, is rolling out a 3-year plan to close 13% or 455 of its stores. Signet already closed 232 of them in North America, focusing on underperforming mall locales. Most of the latest closings will likely happen after the 2019 holiday season, the company said. Despite beating earnings expectations in the last quarter, Signet still reported a 2% drop in same-store sales. The company blamed consumer weakness in the UK and the low holiday performance for the decline. We did not finish the year as strongly as expected, Virginia Drozos, chief executive officer of Signet Jewelers, said in a statement. The retailer is hoping a smaller footprint in online sales and redesigns in the remaining stores will help revitalize its brands. Well, it won't. If you're in one of those fucking malls in one of these areas, it's, it's being economically devastated. It is what it is. If you're in Ohio, Indiana, Michigan, Wisconsin, places where things are about to get very, very hard on you for a little bit. Actually probably for a longer bit. It's going to be what it is. It's going to be a while. Things have been bad. It's going to get even fucking worse. Believe me. As the economy changes and as we start discovering, and until somebody just goes, hey, U.S. consumers tapped out. It is what it is. We're going to have to change our fucking way of doing things. Legit. We're going to have to put buying power back in the fucking hands of Americans. It is what it is. It's going to be fucking rough for a little while. So I wanted to bring you this article, but then I also wanted to bring you the next article, right? Which is, retail layoffs are 92% higher than they were last year, right? And now even Walmart is quietly closing stores. Just like we witnessed during the last recession, major retailers are laying off tens of thousands of workers, and it looked like this will be the worst year for some store closings in all of U.S. history. Many are referring to this as the retail apocalypse, and without a doubt, this is one of the toughest stretches for retailers that we have ever seen. But many believe that what we have witnessed so far is just the beginning. After all, if retailers are struggling this much now, how bad will things be once the next recession really gets rolling? Yeah, man, it is what it is. Life is more fucking hard at the moment. According to Challenger Gray and Christmas, the retail layoffs were up a whopping 92% in January and February compared to the same period a year ago. The following comes from NBC News. More than 41,000 people have lost their jobs in the retail industry so far this year, a 92% spike in layoffs since the same time last year, according to new reports. And the layoffs continue to mount, with JCPenney announcing this week could be closing 18 stores in addition to 3 previously announced closures as part of its standard annual review. Yes, competition from internet comments is hurting the traditional retail industry, but it certainly doesn't explain a 92% increase. You're fucking right. You're fucking right, my friend. Legitimately, Internet's really taking out about 3% a year. That's legit about where it is. And it's really not even that much because, let's be honest here, the retail sector, I think it's right around $4 trillion or something like that, somewhere right around that type of size. And Amazon is only gobbling up like fucking 18% of that. So the reality is that their market share isn't that fucking big. You can go, oh man, it's a $900 billion fucking thing or whatever the case might be. I'm like, Sorta. You know what I mean? Legitimately, sorta. Like, the $900 billion number that they say, Jeff Bezos is worth $900 billion, you know what I mean, is a whole different animal than, actual, like, how much money he makes every year. That's how much money he's worth if you added up all the land holdings, all the parts, all the pieces, all the stock, and all the shit of this fucking nature. That's how much money he'd be worth. But it's not how much money he actually makes every year. It's a very, very different thing. And Amazon continues to put money back into its business to grow its business. And then Walmart is closing at least 11 stores across 8 states. Now, this is to be expected. Walmart's actually closing stores around here, but they're putting up new ones. So it's kind of like, old buildings, it is what it is. Like, they have buildings that are falling down and they're just dilapidated and fucked up from just too much use. That just tends to happen. And the neighborhoods have turned in these areas. It's usually like, it was in a decent area when we put it in and now it's fucking shit. So we need to fucking move because we keep getting robbed all the fucking time. People keep getting shot. Like, that's just kind of how the situation operates, right? So, next story. All right. So, where are we at? Browser 8. Browser 9. No, browser 9. Here we go. Okay. So, that's not what I wanted. Bow. There we go. All right. Well, I found this article right here, right? And I wanted to show y'all something that is not just the retail sector, like as far as brick and mortar is concerned, that is really the reason why things are falling down. It's like legit. It's not just, brick and mortar stores that are all types of fucked up, right? So it's all the way across all these fucking things. So we have from the Detroit News, U.S. sales falls for most car makers in the first quarter. All right. And these are fucking insane numbers. Most automakers saw their U.S. sales decline in the first quarter as customers feel the pinch of increasing prices and rising interest rates. Among Detroit's 2 automakers who report sales Tuesday, Fiat Chrysler Automobiles and NV sales fell 7.3 in March, pulling down first quarter results by 3%. Meanwhile, General Motors Company's first quarter sales dropped 7% as all 4 of its brands posted losses in the first 3 months of 2019. The Detroit automaker does not report monthly sales. Ford Motor Company, which recently distributed monthly reports, will not share its first quarter sales until Thursday. Sales have been chilled in the first quarter of 2019, a year in which the forecast to see sales fall below 17 million units since the first time since 2015. Stephanie Brindley, an analyst for IHS Markit, said in a statement, there remain areas of uncertainty facing U.S. consumers, including smaller tax returns for many, as well as a result of a 2018 tax return and ongoing trade discussions. Yeah, that's not really the deal. That's not really the deal, right? Consumers are experiencing sticker shock as average new vehicle prices were on pace to reach a high of $33,319 for the first quarter, according to J.D. Power. That's more than $1,000 higher than last year. So let's do some basic math, right? Let's do some basic math here, right? So 33,319. So we're looking at 100 if you go by 3, right? So that is 3,000. That's about 30%, something like that. Somewhere right around that. What is 1% of fucking 33? 1%, 1/33 is fucking, I think, actually, no, it's probably about 3%. To be honest, I think that's right around there. Something along those type of lines. Yeah, 3%. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 3%. So it's had a 3% increase. Motherfuckers like, I had Sir Adamantine the other day ask me, he said, where's the fucking inflation? Boo! Like, the entire system is inflation. Like, everything's fucking inflation. While the industry shows signs of cooling, Detroit trucks wars continue to heat up. Ram pulled off a rare upset, surpassing the Chevy Silverado in sales in the first 3 months of the year. Fiat Chrysler sold 120,026, God damn it, man, we're moving too much, Ram pickups, a 15% increase over the first quarter of 2018. That compares to 114,313 Silverados that GM sold, a nearly 16% decrease. But FCA's win over America's number 2 truck comes with a footnote. After 3 quarters of growth in the new generation, 2019 Ram 1500, it backslid in the first quarter this year, falling from 66.7% of Ram 1,500 retail sales in the fourth quarter to 61.2% of the first quarter of this year. According to J.D. Power data obtained by the Detroit News, the less expensive previous generation RAM, which FCA is still seeing alongside a new model, gained retail share. At the same time, FCA is offering hefty incentives on its trucks, which is Fiat Chrysler of America, outpacing most other truck brands, said Michelle Krebs. The new Ram truck is a very good and should stand on its own, but she said we're seeing an affordability crunch in the whole market that may be happening in the truck segment too. Yeah, no shit. Right? Like, yo, because there's some big parts of this, you know what I mean, that are really fucking important to look at, right? And the number one thing that I actually saw that was major, that like I was like, holy shit, there's no fucking way. And I mean, because like, there are some things that are fucking bulletproof, right? And this is one of them. Fiat Chrysler Association of America dropped in March and was led by 11% decline in sales of its high-profile Jeep brand. The decrease came despite a 26% increase in sales of its highly profitable Grand Cherokee SUV, which notched its best March sales ever. Wrangler fell 21%, while the Renegade was down 24%. Yo. And the Gladiator is on track for its in-market debut this month. Yo, look here. Jeeps are bulletproof. All right. They have outlasted every fucking thing. They've been around since World War II. And like they've always been a hot commodity and a property that everybody fucking wants. And somehow, some way, right? Like legitimately, they found a way to fall 24%. That is insane. Sales for Chrysler dropped 38% on all of its brand's nameplates, posted sales decreases for the month, including a 35% drop in sales for the Pacifica minivan. FCA announced last week it's closing 2 plants in Ontario for 2 weeks this month and cutting third shift at its Windsor assembly plant in September because of slowing demand for the Pacifica. Dodge brand slipped 6%, Fiat fell 45%, Alfa Romeo dropped 31% over the first 3 months 2019. GM's flagship Chevrolet brand saw nearly an 8% drop in sales in the first quarters. GM's other full-size pickups, the GMC Sierra, posted a 2.2% decline as the GMC brand dipped 4.4% overall. The Cadillac brand saw sales fall 2% in the first quarter and all of its nameplates lost ground. Buick posted a decline of 8.7%. Subaru of America Incorporated posted a 6% increase in sales to make March its best month ever in its 88th month of year-over-year growth for the quarter, and they were up 4.7%. Now, look here, all right, for all y'all going, oh, man, these are just American car brands and they're junk. Everybody's closing plants and losing sales. Everyone, all right? I think the only individual in the only company in the entire fucking country that actually had any type of positivity was a 1% increase in fucking Toyota. All right, and Toyota's closing fucking plants and killing off fucking sedans. Everybody's doing it. I've told you all this shit for a while. And I mean, Subaru, again, Subaru posted a 6% increase in sales to make March its best month ever, 88th month of year-over-year growth. American Honda sales rose 2% for March and were up 4%. Hyundai America 2% increase in sales in March in the first quarter, and the Volkswagen America sales rose 14% in March and 2.3% over the first 3 months of the year. Toyota posted a 3.5% decrease in sales in March, and Nissan fell another 7.2% in March. Now, here's the thing. All of this shit right here that we're talking about, right? Like, it's not enough to actually stand here. Like, the increases in Subaru and Honda and Hyundai aren't enough to offset all the shit that's falling down. The problem is it's the amount of sales and the amount of units that are being moved, right? Versus how many were moved the year before, right? That's the reality of it. And it's less altogether. You know what I mean? So that's kind of the deal. Oh, and on top, Acura sales dropped 10.3%. You know what I mean? Like it is what it is. You know what I mean? Fucking that's kind of the deal. Except for but sales of the TXS mid-size sedan fell nearly 22%. Yeah, there's all like this is what I'm saying. Like the retail sector in general is in major deep fucking trouble at the moment, and it's something that you have to look at as a whole and understand that the American consumer is tapped out. That's kind of what it is. Like, nobody has the ability to get credit anymore. Everybody's as deep in fucking debt as they can go. And there's no fucking saving this bitch. Like, it just has to crumble. Shit has to fall down. There's no fucking choice. You know, like, we're going to end up in some type of dystopian fucking future, or we're going to end up, you know what I mean, having to collapse and have a fucking revolution. You know what I mean? Like, KRS One said it, like, back in 08. He said, we're in so much debt, the only way out is revolution or war. It's a basic fucking premise. Anyway, man, yo, this is Tom Pease with Pinoy News, and this has been your pessimism porn for the day. Enjoy yourselves. Have a good motherfucking day. Enjoy your evening. Peace be like one. Later.